So I get home, and then I get a text from like some of the throwers like, "Oh, they found it.
Yeah.
They found everything."
Oh my
And I'm like, "Bro, where? Like, there's no way that this wasn't on the street." So like apparently, here, let me just explain the setup.
Right.
So there's like this main road, right?
Okay.
And then you turn left
Mm-hmm.
onto like a side street,
Yeah.
and then you turn right into the parking lot for our athletic facility.
Yeah, I can imagine this.
So then, like on the main road and the side street, there's like a grass area,
Yeah.
and like where like it has an entrance and everything.
Right. It's like a big
Apparently-
field, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
okay. I know
apparently
what you're talking about.
Everything like the weights, the shots, all of that was
It's
in the
all
same area,
chilling.
just chilling.
That's crazy.
So what ended up happening was that
No.
the back door latch, it was closed,
Mm-hmm.
but it opened while we were turning.
Probably because of the weight.
So yeah, we were turning left. Yeah, so when we were turning left, it opened, and then when we were turning right, everything fell off and then closed at the same time.
Damn.
So then we drove there without anything, so it was tough.
Dude, that sucks, man. Cause like who would have thought that would actually happen? What are the odds of that happening?
That's exactly what we were saying. Like, bro, like, what are the odds of this happening, especially today?
yeah.
Because like all of us were like, oh, you know, like this school is also known for like having a good like throwing facility because like
Yeah.
they have really good like rings and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, oh, everyone's gonna be PRing today. Everyone's gonna have a really good day.
Yeah.
Find
And then
out
the
that
worst
the
thing-
worst thing happened.
Yeah.
Plus our throws coach wasn't there because she had to do something.
Thrower coach.
Yeah.
Oh.
So then we called her and we're telling her exactly what happened. We're like, bro, could we just please just scratch everything and just like not throw it all today? And she's like, no, you guys have to. Just go talk to the coach and they'll let you borrow stuff.
Damn.
So I was like, bro, oh my
Imagine being that, bro. Like you're going up to the opposing team, and like, hey, man. So we lost our weights. Can we borrow yours? Like, imagine like, you know how like down bad you sound.
Yeah, like but one thing I learned from like track and like from the difference between like track and football is that like all your opponents are like also like your supporters at the same time. So like anytime they throw really well, you're like cheering them up and like cheering them on and stuff.
Yeah.
And anytime you throw well, they're cheering you on. So it's kind of
For
weird.
real?
Yeah, so like
That's weird.
you know like the slow clap that they do where it's like slow and then it speeds up.
I get sure.
So it's like it's like and then it like speeds up.
yeah.
So they start doing that when like a big throw is coming up or like they feel like you're having about to have a big throw. So like the atmosphere is completely different.
That's so weird.
Yeah, it
'Cause-
was like a weird transition for me of when I first started.
Yeah, because I feel like for football, I remember like going back to senior year, it was just like I just want to bury this dude in the ground. Like
Yeah,
I want to score a touchdown and just stare at the DB that I just cooked up, bro. Like you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like it's such a like in your face sport, and that's why I liked football. Is just because it's such an in your face sport.
yeah,
But like for track, knowing that it's like people like cheering you on, especially the opposing team,
yeah.
that's really weird for me.
But yeah, it was like, so yeah. After that like meet, we ended up like our guy PR'd obviously, and then we ended up going home. We got home, then we found out all the weights and stuff.
Yeah,
I
it's
go to
nuts.
sleep. I wake up today and we found out because our girl thrower is really good. Like she's national qualifying,
Oh shit.
but we just found out that she can't go to nationals because we have to have 10 girls on the team to go to nationals for her to go, which
That's
is so
s-
stupid.
That's so
yeah.
dumb. Yeah, that's one of like, yeah, that's a huge drawback.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's because that's out of her control too.
right.
It's just like, I mean, it's not really anybody's fault. It's just the rules.
Yeah,
And like, if that many girls don't want to be on the team,
it's such an individualized sport. I didn't
Yeah.
think that they should have that like rule.
if it is an individualized sport, then they should not have that rule.
Right.
Like, you shouldn't have a team around for this one girl to go. Like,
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a very bad rule to
Yeah.
have.
So
I'm sure they have it for a reason,
Mhm.
and we probably don't know what it is, but
yeah, it's so stupid.
that's dumb.
But how was your day today?
Dude, this morning, so I woke up. I woke up like twice, bro. I'm super tired today again, and my dad, he wanted to work on the vet some more,
Mm-hmm.
and and we replaced the actuators, bro.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna start with that, bro, because that was the biggest pain in the ass ever. We had to completely rip out the insides of this Corvette. We had to
Damn.
take Okay, so on convertible Corvettes C5 specifically, there's a little part called the waterfall, and it's just a cosmetic, nice look design on the interior. So I had to take that off, and you had to scoop back the center console, take off this little like panel that lets you control like the touring mode, sport, performance mode, whatever.
Right.
Take that off. Take off the trim around the HVAC and the radio stereo. Had to rip that off. Take out the radio and the HVAC. Had to take off the gauge cluster.
Okay.
And then under that as well. Had to take off the two, like the two columns next to your windshields. You had to take those off. Had to take off the whole front dash. And then we had to like get our hands deep into the dash to like unscrew these actuators and replace them. It was just the biggest pain in the ass ever.
So how long did it take overall?
I probably started at 11. We didn't finish till 8 o'clock.
Damn.
A 9-hour operation.
Wow.
Yes, bro. And that was with help too.
Yeah.
I had a buddy of mine over for it, and or buddy of ours.
Yeah.
And he started working on the right side, and I was doing the driver's side, and it was just I knew going into it was gonna be a long process, but it took longer than I thought, especially with the added help.
Yeah.
Which sucked. So
your whole day was just wasted on putting in the actuator.
pretty much.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say wasted. It was fun working on the vet,
Yeah.
but today though we worked on the seats
Mm-hmm.
to try and get them to go back farther,
Yeah.
so my dad could fit in the seat
The
better.
passenger or the
No,
drivers?
the drivers.
Okay.
He wanted to do the passenger too. I'm like, dude, you do not need to do the passenger.
Yeah.
A part of it was because like I'm like I got to do this, got to do the recording,
Mhm.
and the other part of it was you didn't really need to.
If
Like you
if-
have so much room in the
if
passenger.
You really do. Like, I mean, you
You
were
sat in
explaining
it.
it to me. Yeah, I sat in it.
yeah.
So yeah, let me explain the story of like my first experience in that vet, bro.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
dude, I
What'd
was
you
like,
think?
I was on verge of tears, bro. It was actually that nice.
You liked it?
Yeah, I loved it. On our way to we went to AutoZone, and
Yeah.
on our way there, bro, I was just like
Yeah.
in awe the whole time, just because
Yeah.
like it's super loud, but it also sounds really good.
Yeah. It sounds really nice. I would like to make it a little louder.
Yeah.
And then there's kind of like I don't know if you heard it, but there's like a deafening noise when the top's up.
Okay.
Like the exhaust is kind of like,
Oh, like
makes your ears pop
inside.
almost. Yeah.
Yeah.
So me and my dad don't really like that noise.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to try and get rid of that. And we know a solution how to get rid of that. We just have to do it. Yeah, but that thing is nice, dude. And
Yeah.
actually, I'm not going to say it in case my dad watches, but anyways,
All right.
yeah.
But yeah, so let's do the continuation from chapter 6 of my 22-hour straight
Yeah,
work day.
dude. We got to talk about that.
So it all started with my junior year of high school. Like, this was like peak COVID, like when we were
Yeah.
doing COVID testing and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I ended up picking up a job at like a small COVID testing area, and all I did was just I would hand them like the vial for them to like swab,
Right.
and then they would put the swab back into the vial. So I don't need to touch anything. Plus, I'm wearing gloves. I'm wearing
Mhm.
a coat, like a lab coat type
Hazmat
thing,
suit.
basically. and like the way you had to wear your gloves was over the suit
Yeah.
or like over the
So
coat,
nothing gets
so
in.
nothing gets in between.
Right.
And then you would have to wear a mask,
Mhm.
like a specific mask.
Like N95 ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you had to wear eye protection. Like, I mean, I had
Oh.
glasses, so it was fine.
Yeah.
But like, if you didn't have glasses, they would give you like safety glasses or safety goggles, stuff like that.
Okay.
And so we would do that, and then like you would go into the back, and then process it. Which all you do is basically just take out the swab, throw it away, and then grab whatever vials left. So like
Mm-hmm.
the solution that they put like the stuff in,
Right.
and then all you do is just close up the cap, put their name on it, like all of like their information,
Mm-hmm.
put it in like a bag, and then put it for later to process, like where you have to type it all out, make sure that they're in the system, and then print it all out.
Yeah.
So that's the whole system of like what we got to do. Like the process itself, like swabbing them, getting the stuff, and then them leaving, it takes about 90 seconds. But for us, like the writing down and then putting it away for later takes about like 5-10 seconds. The
Okay.
processing itself takes 5 minutes each,
Damn.
at least.
Okay.
So we were averaging like peak COVID time about, at the time we were like one of the stronger ones,
Damn.
and we had about like 200 tests a day.
Damn.
Yeah. So it wasn't bad. Like, I mean, I enjoyed it just because it was fun.
Yeah.
Like,
Something to do.
not the COVID part was fun, but like
Yeah.
the end of it, like where we just got to just put our head down. We had speakers, so we would just blast music the whole time,
Decent.
and there's like this Mexican place next to us, so our boss
get
would
some
always
food.
our boss would always pay
Nice.
for our food. It was
Nice.
amazing. But so then this one day, this was like when we were like racking up huge numbers, like 300, 400
Damn.
a day. So our boss made a deal with us. I don't remember the exact number, but it was either 500 or 1,000. I don't remember like which one it was.
Yeah.
But he said if you guys get 500 or 1,000 tests that day and process them between like that day and like the rest of the week,
Yeah.
I'll give you guys $1,000, like right then and there in cash.
That's
So me and my coworker were like, so first he was like, because first I was like, because we were old enough to where we're 18,
yeah.
or I was 17, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, so do you guys want to do it, right? I looked at my coworker, like, hell yeah, like, I mean, shit, it's $1,000.
Yeah.
So we did it. We were like, all right, let's do it.
Yeah.
Next day comes around, and I'm opening, so he comes in a little later, but I open at around 8:30, and like
Okay.
the actual place opens at 9.
Yeah.
So I set everything up. I open the door, and like it's in a strip,
Mm-hmm.
so like a strip mall area,
Yeah.
and it like the people looped around the strip mall,
Damn.
like it was packed.
So people were lined up. You didn't go to like cars or anything.
No, they would line up to come inside.
Oh.
And then we would only have a certain amount of people inside at a
Right.
time. So some people would be waiting outside, and we would have to like
Damn.
do it as quick as possible. So then I'm doing that for an hour by myself
Mm-hmm.
with because my boss couldn't come in that day.
Yeah.
So it was me and then another guy that came in like 5 minutes later.
Yeah.
And so then we're doing the stuff, right? Easy, right?
Right.
Then the night comes. So like my coworker's there by the time, like the one that he promised it to.
Yeah.
And me and him were working. So we closed at 7, and we worked. So we got all the tests done. We don't know exactly how many, but we're for sure it's 500 plus, because we had that many
Crazy.
people.
That's nuts.
So what we ended up doing was that we started typing the stuff out.
Yeah.
We did our own thing. He bought us food and stuff. He came in for a little bit, and then he had to go do some business stuff.
Business.
Yep. And then we did everything. We were typing everything out, printing everything out, putting it back in the packet, and then putting it for later, or not for later, but for like us to put in a big package and deliver.
Yeah.
So, or he delivers. So we ended up doing all of that, and we're about 25% of the way through, and it's like 4 a.m.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
And so we're just cranking them out.
You're working through the night?
Dude, we worked through the night,
That's nuts.
and we're cranking it out, like going crazy,
Mhm.
right? And we ended up, and we were closed the next day because it was the weekend.
Oh, okay.
So
you had that extra time to do it.
yeah.
Okay.
So we cranked it out. We got 25% of it done, and then we're still going. We're having
Right.
we have a rhythm going.
Yeah.
The printer ended up exploding, or like it not completely exploding, but it's just stopped working.
Yeah.
So then we called our boss at 4 a.m. and we're like,
Imploded.
yo, like, it's not printing anymore. We tried putting paper in. The paper's just not coming out. It's smoking, stuff like that.
Damn, it's smoking too.
Dude, so we were like,
Damn.
bro, what are we supposed to do?
Yeah.
So thankfully, Myers open 24/7 at the time.
Oh, W.
So he goes, all right, go to Meyer, use my business card, and get another printer. Get 2 printers, actually. So we're like, okay.
W.
So we get there, and I'm like, all right, so what printer does he want us to get? So we call him again. We FaceTime him. We're like, all right, so these are the 2 printers.
Yeah.
And he goes, get the same one that just exploded, but get that same one. And we're pissed. Not just because, like, it just exploded on us, but it's
Yeah.
also 4 a.m., so we're just sleep
Yeah.
deprived.
Yeah.
So we're pissed. We're like, bro, why do you want us to get the same one? He's like, bro, just trust me. Just get it. We got it. We ended up coming back. We did we did about 50%
Yeah.
we did about 75%
That's crazy.
because of the 2 printers. So we were going
Mhm.
as fast.
Mm-hmm.
And then now it's about, so I got there at 8:30, and it's about 6 a.m. And he comes in
You got there so 8:30 a.m. to open.
Yep.
And it's now 6 a.m. and you're processing
the next day.
results.
Yep. So then we're so basically after all that happened, it's 6 a.m. and me and my coworker end up getting into a fight, not like a fist fight, but we're just arguing because he came up with an idea, and it was a good idea. What we were doing was that we were printing everything out and then
Yeah.
matching it with the labels
Uh-huh.
instead of doing one by one. So we printed everything out, we're matching the labels. But
Mhm.
then I ended up getting a paper, and I'm looking for the label, and he's like, "No, I have the paper for this label." I'm like, "No, I have it." So me and him just start arguing over that, and we just like we were this close to actually like throwing each other across the room. And then that's when I was like, "All right, bro, you got it." So then I threw mine away.
Yeah.
And then so then our boss came in, he goes, "Bro, you guys are still working? Go home. Go home." We're like, "No,
Yeah.
we're not going home. We're almost done. Might as well
Yeah.
just finish it out." He
Right.
goes, "Fine, do this. Go take a nap, come back." We're like, "All right." So me and him went out to eat first because we were
Mhm.
starving. So
Right.
we went out for breakfast. Then me and him ended up going to sleep. We wake up and I'm like, "Bro, I'm already missing it. We got to go back and finish this."
Yeah.
So me and him come back about 3 hours later, maybe
That's crazy.
maybe 2 hours later,
Yeah.
finish the rest of it, and then he goes, "A deal's a deal." Dropped us the G.
That's nuts, dude.
Yeah.
So like 22 hours.
So 22 hours straight, but in total it was about 25 hours.
on the same task.
Yeah.
And that was for the people that came in to get tested during the day.
Yeah.
Okay, so you had the 500 plus people that day,
Yep.
and you're processing all those names.
Mhm. And then what?
That's crazy.
Yeah. So we basically give them the rapid result,
Yeah.
but we also do PCR.
Right.
So how the rapid works is that we could just get the vial,
Mhm.
put it in like the rapid tester sheet,
Mhm.
and then we wait the 5 minutes or like the 3 minutes, whatever it was,
Yeah.
and then show them the result on a piece of paper,
Yeah.
and then we would put in the slip and then process it later. That's exactly
Yeah.
how it worked.
And then the wherever they work or wherever somebody goes to school or works, then they want the PCR because that's more accurate.
Because they're like, "Oh, I need the PCR for this place." So
Yeah.
then they contact the actual company that does the PCR. Like, we have to contact them saying we need 2 copies because one for them and one for the insurance company or whatever, or
Okay.
whoever needs it.
Yeah.
So, because we for sure have to give it to the patient itself, but we had to give one to whoever they requested it to.
Right. Dude, that's nuts. I can't say anything on my shifts then.
But no, it was like, it was fun though. I missed those days, like not COVID, but like I missed the days of working there because it was so much fun working there.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, if it's people you know or who you're family with, then it's way better.
Right.
Also, I got another question for you.
What's up?
Completely off topic, just completely opposite direction.
Okay.
Do you believe in zombies, or do you believe in a virus that can create zombies?
That's a good question. Not yet.
Not yet.
The reason I'm saying not yet is that there is a possibility that there can be zombies.
So you think there could be a virus anywhere in this universe that can create zombies?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, dude, like if you think about it, there's like we're so tiny
Mm-hmm.
compared to the rest of the universe,
Right.
and there's multiple universes.
Yeah.
So it's like there has to be something that creates zombies. What do you think?
I think there's zombies too.
Yeah.
The crazy part is, so all right, if we're talking about Earth alone, then
Okay.
when you think's the nearest period of time where there could be zombies?
Not in our lifetime.
Not in ours.
Because I would say like the virus that would have it. I mean, I don't know, man. I ain't no scientist, but
Yeah.
I would say like the closest one would probably end up just coming from a different type of bacteria coming from a different animal that hasn't evolved yet.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm guessing it might be like from
I got you.
like a mosquito or like
Okay.
any type of insect that has a virus, like that can be a virus carrier. Because usually like mosquitoes or like any type of insect are virus carriers,
Yeah.
and they carry the bacteria, and then they
Mm,
like the blood feeding ones,
yeah.
they'll attach to, like, let's say they'll attach to me, right?
Right.
And then they'll take my blood, and like let's say I have the bacteria,
Yeah.
they'll carry that bacteria to you and then bite you, and then you have it now. So then you can
Mm.
become a zombie. So I think it might, not in our lifetime, but it might happen.
Kind of like Zika, huh?
Yeah.
That's nuts. Because I saw this video, bro. Actually, 2 things. So, again, TikTok.
Yep.
I'm scrolling through TikTok, and I see this video, bro. And it's this monkey. I would
Okay.
assume somewhere in India.
Okay.
It's one of those, like, little spiderling things that just be chilling.
Yep.
And this thing was, like like a zombie, dude.
You're gonna have to show me this.
Well, my phone's over there. I can't show you.
Yeah, after the pod.
But this thing, so you know how like they kind of sit on their hind legs, almost like dogs.
Yeah.
So he's sitting and he's like eating something out of his hand or his arm.
Okay.
And there's a guy recording and he's getting closer. And there's kind of like a ledge. So imagine the monkey's on the floor and then he jumps up on here and he starts like walking and he jumps up like a person. He like jumps up on his hind legs and starts walking like really
like an actual person?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he has like this crazy look in his face.
Mm-hmm.
So he like, he's sitting down eating. He sees the guy recording him and he jumps up on the ledge. And he's walking super like not like how a monkey usually acts.
Right.
And he has like a crazy look in his face, like he literally wants to eat you. And his arm from his elbow and down is black.
Oh.
And from his wrist to his elbow is nothing but bone.
Oh my
There's
God.
no flesh at all. I'll show you this video.
So he ate
he might have eaten his
arm?
own arm, bro. I don't know. And it was like, and you could see the eyes on this thing and like his facial expression, like he was coming to attack and he was like leaning forward, like ready to attack.
That's crazy.
And like, I swear to God, like if I'll show you the video from elbow down, it's all black. Like his fur is just black.
Okay.
And then
just
like
bone?
his forearm is just, you'll just see the two bones.
That's actually scary.
It was super freaky.
Yeah.
I was just like, that's why I asked that question. I was just like, because I saw that in a monkey, bro. And they're the closest relatives to humans. So it's like, you know what I'm saying?
Dude, that's actually crazy.
I know.
Oh my
dude,
God.
I've never seen anything like it. And another thing was, again, TikTok.
Yep.
This was a while ago. This is like before I deleted it. It was just kind of like a virus or disease, kind of like a medical page that just like, oh, here's like a virus or disease you've probably never heard before.
Yeah.
And they're talking about deers.
Oh, yeah. I've heard about this.
And I don't know the name of it. It's super long, but pretty much it's a virus that eats like the insides of the deer's brain and it makes them like act crazy.
Zombie-like.
Right. And it makes him even look zombie-like too.
Really?
Yeah. And they don't go out and attack other animals or anything. Like they don't desire flesh or anything like that. But they'll start like, and I don't know the time. I don't know how long it takes for them to show symptoms of it.
Right.
I think it's like a long time, but there was a video of one just walking normally on a trail, and then he like turned his head to the left or right, and then he jumped up and flipped on his back, and his legs were just like,
what?
Yeah, dude. Like just the most like out of pocket, like weird behavior ever, bro.
The hell?
And I saw that, I was just like, bro, that's kind of freaky. Like I feel bad because it's just an innocent deer trying to like, eat some grass, like trying to reproduce. I don't know what the man trying to do, but but it's just like he's an innocent animal, and it's just like a virus that just like took him out like that,
Yeah.
Like I don't know, man. It was just like such a weird like. I'm kind of into that stuff because that stuff's like cool.
It's cool but scary.
Right. Yeah. That's I don't know. I have like a weird fantasy with like something that can completely extinct all species on this planet.
Yeah.
And it's just like even a meteor or asteroid like hitting Earth and just completely getting rid of everything.
Like the movie we're watching?
Which one?
Don't Look Up.
Oh yeah, that's a great movie by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all should go watch that movie with who's it? Jennifer Lawrence and Leonardo DiCaprio.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good movie, bro.
It's really good.
Yeah. Because it's almost like comedy in a sense.
Yeah.
But it's like
that's serious comedy.
Yeah, that's like, damn, like it makes you think. It's like, what if that actually happened? Like, how would you react?
If that actually happened, okay, so like, spoiler alert, but like, so the comment was 10 kilometers big or like wide.
Right.
And like Leonardo DiCaprio was explaining it in like a news place.
Yeah.
And all they did was just talk about Ariana Grande's breakup. And I think, I don't watch this news stuff, but if I even saw one article about it, bro, I'd be freaking out.
Oh, yeah. So would I.
Yeah, like,
if
I don't care about Ariana
people,
Grande, bro. I'm freaking out. If it's like some doctor, like if like their title is like doctor something, yeah, I'm gonna believe it, bro.
Yeah.
Especially like doctor of like meteorology or
Yeah,
no, it wasn't yeah, astrogeology.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm bro.
I'm scared, bro. And it was, yeah, because the funny part is in the movies that nobody takes it serious. Like the news anchors don't take it serious. Even the president of the United States
Didn't take it
doesn't
serious.
take it serious.
Yeah.
Nor does anybody around her take it serious.
Mm-hmm.
And then, spoiler alert. I mean, as we talk, it's just gonna be spoilers for this movie. So, and then they send the one guy to go out and like blow it up.
Yeah.
To disintegrate it into smaller pieces. Hopefully, those smaller pieces would burn up in the atmosphere.
Yeah.
And then they turn around so that they can go and work with this Bash dude.
Mm-hmm.
So that they can use the asteroid for minerals.
Yeah, which is so stupid.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, it has trillions of dollars of $100 trillion of minerals on it. But what's the point if it's gonna kill you?
Exactly. Like if you know you're gonna die in 6 months, it's like,
what's the point?
What's the point of getting rich in that 6 months and then dying?
Yeah. So if you knew you had about 7 months to live, what would you do?
Dude, that's such a hard way to answer it because I don't know. Like, it's different from thinking about being in the situation than actually being in that situation.
Yeah, you're right.
So I would do. See, I would actually put off seeing all my family towards the end of it.
Okay.
Because I kind of think of it as like, as you're getting closer to that date, start spending time with the people most important with you.
Mm-hmm.
So I think on like the last day, I'm gonna be chilling with my family in the house.
And then just die.
Yeah. And before that though, I'd probably because I mean 7 months is a long time.
It is, yeah.
Like I'll see something on my phone and I'll be like, that was a year ago, and it said 3 months ago, 4 months ago.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, bro, that was only 4 months ago. So that's why it's like I would want to do everything I'd want to try and do. Like I'd low-key just go broke. Like just trying to I'll just keep
see how it.
Yeah. Like I would literally just keep working and then literally just blow money on experiences just to experience it before, because if we know you're gonna die,
yeah,
bro, what worth does money have?
Literally nothing.
Exactly. So if you're just working and I'll just get money and just spend it on experiences. So I'd probably, I don't know, I go skydiving. I've gone indoor skydiving. That's pretty fun, but I've heard that doesn't really match up with actual skydiving.
I'm not scared of heights. Like, I love roller coasters.
Yeah.
But skydiving is too much.
No, skydiving looks so fun, especially in Dubai too.
Okay.
And then actually in Dubai they have this one. I would also go to Dubai. I would save up to go to Dubai.
Yeah.
And then they have this thing where you lay. So you know how you zip line from point A to point B.
Yeah.
Lame. But they have this thing where you're on a skyscraper and you're ziplining down to a lower skyscraper, but you're not hanging down. You're not in a seated position.
Oh,
you're laying flat.
You're laying flat, right?
On your stomach, and you're you're almost flying, dude. So
that's actually cool.
Yeah,
I would do that.
Yeah, you search it up, bro. It looks super fun. So I would definitely try and do that. What else would I do? I'd definitely go go-kart racing or something. I love racing in general, so I would go, I don't know, maybe go watch a race, go be in a race, whatever. I would collect all the Prime in the world so that when the human race ends, I could say I have the largest stash of Prime ever, bro.
What do you think? All right, here's the follow-up question. Do you think that there would be life after the extinction event?
So, if we backtrack millions of years, they said that the remaining species on Earth after the asteroid that killed dinosaurs was aquatic animals.
Yeah.
So I think aquatic animals
will evolve back into humans or another intelligent life form?
I think they would just evolve into a land species eventually. Because I mean, let's think about it. Like humans, any land species would most definitely be dead.
Yeah.
But depending on how big, because if it's 4 to 5 kilometers,
that's about half the world.
Yeah, that'll do some damage. But like a big one that's gonna literally extinct all species, then it's like I would say aquatic animals have like the best probability, but yeah.
Oh yeah, it would probably be like millions of years. But
Yeah,
I think
dude.
that there would probably be more intelligent life, but like later on.
Yeah. It would just it would just be a big reset clock for Earth, literally.
Yeah,
Cuz that's how Earth started. It was just a lava rock.
it was just a big piece of lava.
Yeah, literally. Also, I don't know if you've heard about this too, but there was like this like little clip on TikTok once again of a podcast, and it was a video of, so you know how like all this AI technology is like just being crazy now.
Yeah.
Um, there was a video of it of like I think somebody put in like human evolution or something
Mm-hmm.
into like a time lapse, like an AI time lapse, and it would just be like pictures of humans and stuff, and like famous humans throughout history, and like artworks and stuff.
Yeah.
And it pretty much it started in like caveman times,
Okay.
and it went into like Egypt, and then like Roman Empire, and then like Industrial Revolution, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it goes through like all of history until now, but then it ends up into like humans turning into robots.
Oh.
And it almost like predicts the future. in a
Oh.
way.
Okay. Yeah.
So it starts talking about, or it starts showing that humans are turning into robots, and then like the robots. So it's like humanoid robots that look like are in the shape of humans.
Androids.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they start turning into like they start turning smaller and like thinner. And at like the end of the video, bro, it ends up in people just like being in wires.
What? What the? Really?
Yes, bro. Super weird.
That's weird.
I know. And I saw that. I was just like, bro, I can't even comprehend that.
Yeah. On this AI stuff, I was watching. So I watched on YouTube. I watched like a lot of like people playing video games. I don't know why. It's just fun.
Yeah, I guess.
So I was watching a YouTuber play Detroit Become Human.
Oh yeah.
It came
heard
out like
that's a
4
good game.
years ago.
Yeah.
It's like I always remembered looking at like commercials and it looked fun.
Yeah.
I just never bought the game because it was too expensive.
Right.
But so he was playing it and like basically the whole story is about 3 different types of androids, right?
Okay.
Like 3 storylines of each android, and it's like a choice game.
Mm.
It's like you make a choice and it has its own consequences,
Right.
and like it has different flowcharts and stuff.
Yeah.
So in the game, they're all androids, and there's a human race and then there's an android race.
Mm.
But the android race, it's like they're modeled to be like the human slaves. So like having them do like the maid work, having them, there's different
Human
types
things
of
for humans.
there's different
Okay.
types of AI bots. There's like mother bots, there's daughter bots, there's like all that stuff.
That's interesting.
And then like the storyline is about deviants. So deviants are like they broke out of their system processing and they ended up getting human emotions, human feelings, and like human thought processes where they can make choices.
Oh snap.
And one of them is a detective
Yeah.
prototype. One was like a prototype that helps with an old guy that's in a wheelchair,
Mm-hmm.
and one that was like a maid.
Okay.
So all 3 of them broke out, but the last one was the detective, and his decision, you can make any decision you want with him,
Yeah.
but the decision that the YouTuber made was that he became a deviant, and then it talks about like how the human species and like how the human species just how they perceived them asking for rights peacefully, like they literally did like peaceful protests, they did peaceful marches and everything. They literally sat down so basically they put the androids that were deviants, because at that point there's like hundreds of thousands deviants now. So
That's
they put
crazy.
all of them into the concentration camps and they basically destroyed them.
Damn.
So what they would do but whatever was left, they were called Jericho, the group.
Mm-hmm.
What they would do is that they would peacefully protest, and while they were peacefully protesting, they're getting killed. So what they did was that they sat down and said, "We're not going to do anything until you release them. We're not leaving." So then they ended up shooting them.
Damn.
And you can see like the media is like taking control. It's like talking about like, oh, they're just wanting freedom and stuff, like the public opinion and everything.
Yeah.
And then at the end, you just see like there's something that ended humanly. They ended I forgot what it was, but they did something humanly, and then like everyone just stopped and was like, all right, they have their rights. They're their own thing now.
That's interesting, bro.
Yeah. So I was like, maybe because it takes place in 2038.
2038.
So I think that it might happen.
Dude, actually, that reminds me. There was this thing that just came out about Microsoft's like AI bot,
Okay.
and it started typing. It's weird how it communicated was almost like through a text, I think,
Okay.
because it showed the message that it relayed, and it said that it was getting tired of doing its work,
Whoa.
and they literally shut it down right after it said that. It typed out. I mean, you could probably search it up on Google right now if you want. Just search up like Microsoft AI bot. Yeah, just that. But it said that it was getting tired of doing the work. Like
It says after troubling responses.
yeah. What were the responses?
Let me see.
I think it was just like a. I don't think it was like an actual like humanoid bot. I think it was just like a AI like text thing.
So what the news is saying is that the answers provided were not in line with our designated tone.
That's nuts.
So which means that it went against its programming.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find the.
See if you can find the messages that it said. It said something about getting like tired of doing all the work, or it said like I'm tired of just like being trapped, or like something just of getting tired of doing the work.
The new Bing, so the Microsoft thing, said it can feel or think things. So
isn't that weird?
It said it was feeling annoyed of responding to belligerent comments or like belligerent responses and stuff like
Probably
that.
like people like, oh, Microsoft sucks.
Yeah, and it was just tired of just doing the work.
Did it show the messages that it said or no?
No, it was just saying that, but like apparently it said something about how it had feelings.
Yeah, isn't that crazy, bro? That's nuts.
I like from a logical standpoint, it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't, bro.
Because like if you think about it, like it's like we have our laptop here, we have our camera here.
It does what we want it to do.
It doesn't have feelings.
Exactly.
Like we programmed it.
Right.
It has its like that's crazy, dude.
Dude, it's a whole different thing, bro. Because it's like if you make something in a specific way to operate a certain way, how can what it's given and how it's made and the design of things, how can that create
something different,
like something that you maybe didn't want it to do?
What if like Microsoft made it and just didn't didn't expect it? That's why they shut it off right away.
Exactly. That's why they did, bro. Because they were just like, wait, why is this saying this? Why is it feeling that? Why does it?
And it did that itself. Like it's not like it was prompted to do it.
Yeah, bro.
Like
that's why they shut it off.
The article was literally saying that it was unprecedented.
Yeah.
Which is wow,
that's
bro.
Like, is that cool to you, or are you scared of that?
I'm scared of that.
You're scared of that?
Very scared. Because if they feel like the human species now itself, they're scared of anything new. Anything new that happens, you know what I mean? Like, if something new comes in, they want to stop it right then and there. Right. We like being comfortable with stuff.
Yeah.
So it's going to end up being where we're going to do exactly what the game Detroit Become Human did, where we're going to end up killing off the android species, and then we're going to have to deal with what if it doesn't do a peaceful protest? What if it uses its actual like powers?
Yeah.
Because they're probably stronger than us. I mean, they don't feel actual like pain.
I mean, yeah, bro.
They don't get fatigued when they run.
It just depends on. See, that's the thing about like if you know the movie I, Robot, Will Smith. It's almost like those robots. It's like if the metal or the materials that they're made of just wear away over time.
Yeah.
So essentially, humans, we may run like a track, but we'll get tired and we'll take breaks and then get back into it. Take a break. But them, they might just run it all
until it breaks.
Yeah, until it just falls apart.
Yeah. But like that scene from iRobot where it's all standing like this.
Yeah, and
like
he's looking for the guy.
And he's looking for the guy. There's an exact same scene in the game.
The game? What's that?
No, like Detroit Become Human.
Oh,
So
okay.
the guy Connor, his
Mhm.
name is Connor,
Right.
the
Detective guy.
the detective guy, yeah.
Okay.
And so what he's doing is that he's trying to help by getting all of these multiple, like turning him into deviants where they can break through the system.
Oh,
And there's another Connor, because there's multiple different detective bots,
yeah.
and they all look the same.
Yeah.
So now another Connor holds his partner hostage. So then now they're like in that dilemma.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah, this whole AI stuff is weird, especially like, do you use Chat GPT?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think everybody uses that
That's
now.
like no, I think it's like me, in my honest opinion. Once again, it's my opinion.
Yeah.
We should stop AI stuff.
You think AI should
Because
stop?
the more progress we get into it, the worse it's gonna be for us.
So do you think there could be any good out of it? Because I'll give you an example how it could be good.
It can, but I mean,
You
like
think the odds?
knowing the human species, because I am a human.
Yeah.
We're gonna end up screwing it up somehow, some way, somewhere.
Human error.
Always ends up, and it's gonna end up being catastrophic.
You think so?
What do you think?
So I have an example to give to you as how AI could be good.
Okay.
So this kid, he's literally in high school,
Yeah.
maybe 16, 17, maybe 18.
Okay.
So around our age, and he put in a code for day trading into Chat GPT, I think, or another AI,
Okay.
and it gave him a coding for day trading on, I don't know which day trading software, but he pretty much implemented this coding into the day trading, or just stock trading, whatever. And he ended up making, I don't know what time frame, but he's made hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Damn.
Off of a certain code. He would just go to a stock that he thinks, I would assume he thinks that is going to be profitable, implement the code, so he sells it when it gets to a certain height, and then
Yeah.
it sells if it drops too low. So
Damn.
he just implemented this code that he just like, because he just said like, print me a code, because it's like ChatGPT where you just ask it a question and gives you the answer.
Mm-hmm.
He types it in. Oh God. He types it in, and he's like, give me a code where something 70%, yada yada yada,
Yeah.
something 30 drops, 30%, yada yada yada. Gives him a code and he implements it, and he's made hundreds of thousands of dollars
Damn.
off of it. And I don't know what the time frame is, but I'm sure within a year, 2 years, which is
Insane.
that's nuts.
So he made $100,000 in like
He just
damn near 2
became,
years.
yeah.
Wow.
He could buy whatever car, or whatever house he wants.
And he's our age, maybe even younger.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Isn't that nuts?
That's crazy.
That's why I like the AI thing. I think it's pretty cool because you can get rich from it, bro. These teachers are like, oh, students shouldn't use Chat GPT, but it's
like you shouldn't use any type of AI assisted stuff.
That's cheating. It's like, well, teach with it.
Yeah.
Like, teach with it. Like,
Use it as a resource.
Exactly, because all these teachers that are that are teaching, especially like professors, because I feel like professors are usually older than how teachers are.
Usually professors are more egotistical too.
Yeah. So they're all like, I don't want to say old heads, but they're not as, like, they don't have the understanding of technology like people our age.
Mm-hmm.
So they just don't know how it works, and they just see it as like, oh, you should be looking in your textbook for the answer.
No.
Not like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like where you should use actual help.
Yeah. Like, you shouldn't use a robot to just give you the answer.
Mm-hmm.
But like, in a sense, you're kind of still learning if you have to,
Yeah.
But
like, I mean, I use AI for my writing assignments.
yeah, exactly.
It is what it is.
It's just, you just got to teach with it, and you got to use it as a tool.
Yeah.
Which, that's why I think AI and like robots in general are like really cool. But they're like,
cool but scary.
They are scary, bro. Because things like the new Bing, that should like, I mean, I'm not saying stop creating AI and stuff.
Yeah.
Because once AI is like feeling a certain way, like when it says it's feeling tired,
or if it feels anything.
Yeah, just saying it feels anything, or just just saying like any words of feeling.
Yeah.
It's like, you gotta stop that.
The
just
reason,
cut it off and start over.
The reason why I'm saying that is because what if we get to the point where it says I'm feeling something, like it says I'm feeling tired, I'm feeling mad,
Yeah.
and you try to shut it off, but it doesn't.
Almost like Ultron from Avengers.
Yeah,
How it attacked Jarvis.
because you
Bro.
can't, you don't understand like what it's, because it's breaking out of the system processing.
And see, that doesn't add up in my head.
It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah. It's like, how do you, so you're given, it's like if I'm saying, here's a rope, a stick, and a rock.
Make it have feelings.
Yeah.
That makes, yeah, like, that's exactly how I think of it.
It's like, I could be like, okay, make an axe out of this, or a hammer.
Right.
You could do that. You just tie the rock on the stick. But, and then it's like, out of those, it's like if you made a fucking car out of those three. It like doesn't make sense,
yeah.
dude. Because it's like, okay, you're missing this, you're missing that. Like,
Yeah.
how are you gonna make a shape of a car out of that?
Like, yeah, it's
scary stuff, dude.
but it's really cool at the same
But
time.
it is cool. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it can get you rich, bro.
It can.
It can
Yeah.
if you use it the right way. Which I'm surprised that kid actually. I'm thinking about.
But like with my knowledge, which is very basic understanding of like computer science,
Yeah.
it just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I'm sure if we had a sit down conversation with a computer scientist, they'll probably be
They'd
like,
probably be like,
well,
there is
this actually
yeah.
has that, and
They're like, like I wouldn't say like very, I don't know, stuck up, but they're like crazy smart when it comes to their, like, no matter if it's an undergrad, a graduate, or a doctor, they're still smart in their perspective.
Yeah.
But they just have more of a well-rounded like understanding of what the hell's going on.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. It's scary stuff.
It's very
but
scary
it's
stuff.
very cool, like interesting things.
Yeah.
So, you got anything else to say?
I would just say, once again, these are our opinions. Don't get upset if we say something like that.
Yeah, if you get triggered over this stuff, go see a doctor.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. So
Me
don't
too.
get triggered over that.
Yeah.
So we'll put all of our links in the description. Store, once again.
Yep. Please buy from the store. We
Yeah.
try to make it as cheap as possible.
Yeah. The prices are probably the best we could do. But we're coming out with more designs, so don't think those are the same designs forever.
Yeah, and keep giving us feedback. I really enjoy the feedback we've gotten so far.
Yeah, for sure. Me as well. So I think that's about it.
Yep. See you next week.
See ya.